Hello everybody, this is Piefrenzy from Team Get This Around. Once again, we're here to view game number 4 of the ZOTAC number 114 European Finals, blah 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 blah. You know all the good stuff because one's in the title, and I'm assuming you've watched the previous 3 games, so you know who our players are, but we'll introduce them again. It's funny, the bottom left. For Empire, Team, Empire, whatever. In the green battle suit, once again, is Kas playing Terran. And in the top right spawn location for Team SCV Life, otherwise known as TSL, it is Hyun. Playing Zerg. Red, battle armor, battle drones, whatever. I always find it interesting how, the Zerg, I'm pretty sure it's drone, not droneling. Drone, his battle armor changes depending on, the color of his, his master. Think about it in like Overmind, or one of those mood rings, and whatever mood he was in was the color of the drones and stuff and Zerglings. Oh, that'd be so freaking hilarious. That's so ridiculous. Oh no, I remember this time. I remember to close this. You're not allowed to see this. Hit point bars. I have that on. I have that off, but it is still on. But we see the drone scout now coming out, making sure he doesn't get proxy racks, but still going for hatch first because, well, he can do whatever he likes. And the Overlord looking for a fan or something because it's gooey, wet tentacles that need to be dried off. But the drone sees that the command center is going down first. He's trying to focus down the SCV, pulling one off to just annoy the drone, the other one to set up a barracks. May be able to kill this SCV off, and he does, so a nice victory for this drone. He feels better about himself already, having to pull off another SCV. Meta SCV is being pulled off here. Finally being able to chase the drone away. But Hyun says, well, you expand once, I'll expand twice, and now is going for the standard triple expand, or double expand, more like it. When Zerg's opponent goes expansion first. But now the Automaton 2000 with 10 HP, looking at the SCV begging for its life. But this drone here, proving to be pesky, making so many workers being pulled off. This one lived with 5 HP, trying to have a party to run away. But it does get away. Because, well, let's face it, we'd all cry if it didn't. And, double orbital on the way, so income is going to be favoring EmpireKas as soon as it's finished, just because, well, he'll have a bunch of mules. Even though I think his opponent has a lot more drones, not really, not that many, only like 3. But he's going to be powering on drones hard here. Spawning pool just now completing at 435. This is like the opposite, 438, more like the opposite of a 6 pool here. This is like a super late pool. But, let's see, does EmpireKas know anything? He knows nothing. He hasn't even left his main. I don't want to see his vision. Stop it. He hasn't even left his base, but his opponent knows everything. So, he's feeling relatively safe. He's, got a nice wall in down here, but, I'd have to say, if he was on this side of the map, the wall in would be a little bit better, mostly because he'd be able to, if you place the barracks right here, he'd be able to have add-ons, and the barracks would still be able to be part of the wall off. Whereas here, he has to lift them off and build the add-ons inside the base. Or maybe he's just gonna lift off that one, so we can swap it around the factory. Maybe see some more reactor battalions, or we'll just see in 2-1-1, I guess it is, or a 1-2-1-1. Yeah, 1-2-1-1. But yeah. The add-ons are relatively vulnerable here, just because they're on the outside. But I guess it's really not that big of a deal. Small hit squad of Marines moving out to check out the 3rd. Finally scouting, shooting some lings, but not the Automaton, because if he did that, that'd be mean. So he knows the 3rd is here, and he's just really making sure the Zerg player doesn't just make like 1 million lings. But if you're wondering why the supply is in favor of Hyun, it's because, well, he just straight up has more stuff, and also queens are fat, and 50 to 47 if he had no queens. But who would have no queens? That's just redonkulous. We do see the Baneling nest going down now for Hyun though, but nice engagement over here against the Marines. Hyun with Metabolic Boost able to get the surround and completely decimate that squadron of Marines. So it's gonna be nice for him that only 2 reactored Hellions. These are not normal Hellions. These are reactored Hellions. It gives them like a moral boost. But the Zergling's trying to do a run by, seeing the Hellions. They're a little bit scared, gonna back off, but trying to get the surround. They do actually get a nice surround, but one of the Hellions manages to escape, while one of them dies. And yeah, I don't know who that favored. Let's look. Hyun just lost. Hyun has lost more. I think it was from that attack, really. But a lot more Zerglings being made to try and do some damage here. But we're gonna see how many Hellions? 4 Hellions out on the field. But I think EmpireKas, he's making Marauders here. I think he might have a wrong read. This is not the best choice versus the Zerglings. Still making Marauders, and Marauders not even making Marines. I don't completely agree with this. Still making more Hellions. Maybe he's just going for a Marauder Hellion push, which I guess is actually a pretty strong push, because the Hellions will take care of the Zerglings, and the Marauders will take care of any roaches. But a lot of Lings with Metabolic Boost being moved in. Can the Hellions escape? And they do escape with their lives, killing a good bit of Lings, taking a small amount of damage there though. So it'll be easier to clean up. And EmpireKas does have the supply lead. But by the army supply lead by actually quite a lot, but the work supply lead is in favor of Hyun. But if we look at the income tab, you see it's being a slightly favorable. You see a nice big engagement here. A lot of Banelings coming in, trying to get hits on the Hellions. So no, they actually did. They got okay hits. Killed off a good bit of stuff though. And I believe this is going to be cleaned up with relative ease because, well, all the Hellions are dead, and Marauders not the best versus Zerglings. But looks like Kas is going to maybe try and push more. No, he says I'm too low. Gonna leave. Bye bye. And really, I kind of like this because, well, the Zerg player, if you leave him unchecked on 3 bases, he'll go 75 drones in like 7 minutes. And if you ever play League of Legends, that's like buying 4 gold per 5 items in like the 2 minutes. It's just like stupidly broken. But we do see the 3rd CC being built now. For Kas, he is upgrading to orbital, and he has all of his gas. He is working on the double upgrades, but he's gonna move in a little bit to try and just deal with his opponent. But Hyun is making many links, but the Spire is also going down. And the Hellions getting surrounded and roasted, but the Marauders also getting surrounded and roasted. The Baneling trying to get in, and they actually have a little bit of party time, but he can't. He's not allowed. But oh my goodness, just look at this oversaturation. He's got so many SCVs on one base, lifting off to go to the 3rd. Probably at the exact wrong timing though, because the Zergling's saying hello. He doesn't actually know about the Spire, but this game may end here as SCV's forced off the line. I think you should just go ahead and put this over here so he can land it whenever. The Zerglings, excuse me, backing out. Oh yeah, so I didn't say the name of the map at the very beginning of the game. This is Antigua Shipyard. Finally landing his 3rd, probably gonna transfer a lot of SCVs over. We have Starport who just says, I don't like add-ons, and 2 racks that are like, add-ons are for noobs. But we see a lot more barracks being added on, so it looks like he can go for a strong racks play. Still hasn't started +2 armor yet. I'm imagining that he'll pretty much start it real soon. Probably right about never, because, well, he doesn't have enough gas. But a lot of Banelings being morphed in over here, 18 to be exact. Baneling speed almost done, called centrifugal hooks. Centrifugal hooks. And he may just try to win with a Baneling Muta attack, but 17 more Banelings being morphed in. If you can't do math, this is 35 Banelings, and that's kind of a lot. But the tank, not even sieged up, and the Muta's coming in from behind. But I don't know if this is the right time for the Muta's to come in, but it's still good enough because the Banelings get some nice hits on and then the split is actually pretty good. The Banelings but do get some decent hits, but the Mutas on the open getting absolutely owned. But the siege tank on the high ground going to town. The siege tank on the low ground going to town. Man, they all going to town. By fruit and bananas. But this one Muta trying to take on the world. The Lings do get cleaned up, but not after a lot of losses for EmpireKas, but more reinforcements streaming in across the map. I don't know if you can go in with this against two siege tanks. One on the high ground, one on the high ground, and none on the low ground, but it's actually attacking the third to try and own a lot of SCVs. Not that many go down. Marines get surrounded, but actually they get picked up because getting surrounded is for non-medevac users. And TSLHyun could easily take a fourth here, anywhere on the map. Oh, I just minimized my game. Anywhere on the map, he could probably take a fourth now because one, he has money, and two, well, he can. Looks like the Ling counterattack is finally gonna get cleaned up, and he doesn't want to repair anything because he doesn't want to lose the mining time because, well, yeah, I need to. Excuse me. This is the GSL version, I believe it is, so the high yield is now a normal yield. But he is taking a fourth because, well, he can do whatever he likes. And his opponent's on 3 bases, well, he is on 3 bases, but we see Orlings being made. Is Hive done? Probably not. No, it is not. The injects have been pretty decent this game. They could have been better, especially that one right there. And this one. But, not that big of a deal. Trying to do a little bit of mutant harass here, saying, I will take you out, Mr. Turret. But, Mr. Turret from Ling, probably not the best trade, but it's not a very good reaction time here by EmpireKas, dropping the Marines to try and just clean this up, because he's going for a drop himself, but, getting absolutely obliterated, but the Marines trying to take out that one mutant, but they cannot. A lot of SCVs went down then. Hyun has a huge supply lead. Thorns are being produced to try and deal with this. Guys, there is no missile turret over here, so these things are gonna have a party, but the Marines are already in location. But the Mutas say flappy flap, if that's even a word, and are flying out. Now the command center here being placed to try and get a fourth for cost, but the creep tumor is saying hello, and looks like this command center is gonna get decimated. And apparently there was a pause, and they were like, oh no, and the mutants trying to take the command center out, getting into the red. Probably gonna need to bring some SCVs over to repair it, and there we go. We see a lot. He wants to get this thing up to max fast so he can land it and get a fourth or make it an orbital. We see so many Lings. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Oh, he's like got like the max amount of units you can select. 255 in Lings. He's trying to do a drop, but see how many Lings he has. Look at 173 Lings. So many. He's actually had to drop his units down over there because the mutas were just owning him, and one muta goes down. But he one medevac and like 8 Marines for one muta. Probably worth it, but so many Banelings being morphed in. So many Banelings. So many Lings. So many Ling units that end in the word Ling. Just, oh my goodness. Trying to roll into this siege tank line, but can Hyun break through here? Those huge Baneling hits taking out the tanks. The Marines are backing into the corner, but this is actually, I think, Kas is out of units here. He can't produce quickly enough to deal with all these Banelings, and he just GG's out. Didn't even try to kill the Banelings off because, well, I don't think he could have. And what really came down to it is he constantly kept getting cleaned up by Zergling and Baneling counterattacks, and not sieging the tanks early enough here to defend. Just multiple small things uh, really cost him the game. The Zurich player, his injects were not even, they were pretty good, they were okay. They were better than most people's. But, imagine if they were perfect. If he had 0 energy on all the queens, then, this would be a super scary game. But, once again, it was not a super scary game, it was just a normal game. Once again, thanks for watching, and if you like what you hear and see, then subscribe, because, well, it can only get better, because if I get worse, then, it's a sad day. But that is not going to happen. So once again, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video, which is game number 5, the final.